Hey guys, welcome back to, finally, another video. We are here after forever. I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. But we're here, and this is the look that we're going to create today. So, if you want to see how we did this little eye look, stay tuned. Okay, so as always, going to start out with my e.l.f. Poreless. It's upside down. My e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And for those of you who haven't seen any of the other ones I've posted, you don't need to use a lot. And I'm just going to pack that basically under the eyes, press it into the pores on my nose. And next I'm going to do some underpainting with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Stick in Fawn. And all I'm really going to do with that is basically bring it from the top of my ear down. Okay. And I'm going to follow from under my ear, just follow my jawline. I'm going to basically push this up a little bit more, and this is the quick way that I do typically contour my nose, is I'll stick it out like that, and then I'll just use the edge and draw a line right down just to narrow out the width of my nose. And then I'll put a little bit on the tip of it as well. And I'm just going to grab a nice little angular brush, and I'm going to blend all this out before I actually put any foundation on. And I'm going to grab a smaller brush, just like that, and I'm going to blend the contour that I put on my nose. Now I typically, when I'm doing this, bring it down, and then what I put on the end of my nose, I also have a habit of bringing it into the sides just to shape like the tip a little bit more. If I don't bleach out my face entirely with the mirror. I organized my desk this morning. For any of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I give it probably 2 times doing my makeup before it's all a disaster again. So, as always, with my foundation, I'm going to use the Smashbox Studio Skin in the shade 2.15. I have used this so much that I'm actually running low, but I always just put this on the back of my hand, just the smallest amount, because it is super full coverage, and I really don't need a lot to get where I'm going. And I'm going to grab my foundation brush, just dip that onto that in the back of my hand, and I always start by putting it on my cheek and blending it out from there. With that like tiny amount that I actually use, how much of a difference that actually makes when my red tones are gone on this side. So I'm going to use Too Faced concealer. They're Born This Way, multi-use one in the color Snow. I'm just actually going to put a little bit just under my eyes. And I'm going to use another variation of the foundation brush because I like to pack that in a little bit more. So I'm going to get the cat hair out of it. My cat doesn't like to spend time on my vanity. Definitely not. Never. Not her. And I'm just going to basically push that into the skin and blend it kind of up. But I'm just pushing and pulling down, basically. Very, very lightly. And that's just going to brighten up under my eye a bit. And get rid of my dark circles that are blatantly obvious. And next, going to grab the e.l.f. HD powder. And I'm going to put this set under my eyes. I don't know if you saw that, but that powder just went absolutely everywhere. Okay. My most recent thing that I've been doing is actually putting it on a beauty blender and packing it under my eyes. And I use a lot of extra powder because I'm going to bake under my eye, but I also use it to catch any fallout from the palettes that I use, so that when I go to brush off any excess, it takes all the fallout with it. And then just to shape this a little bit more, I go from both the center of my ear and I bring it down my jaw. Brows, just going to do a really quick, simple brow for it today. I'm going to use the Goofproof Benefit. I said that backwards. I'm going to use the Benefit Goofproof Brow Pencil. Said it. Alright, nailed it. And basically I'm going to put a little bit of this through my brows, and then I'm going to use a brow pencil. Time. Don't do this. Don't do it. I need to find a better way to organize this, but don't do this. Every time, if you look for a small brush like this, it will be in the center, and you won't see it. You'll stare at it forever. Forever, guys. Or maybe you're not stupid like me and blind, but I stare at it forever and don't see what I'm looking for. Okay, continuing. So, I'm not gonna lie, my brows are like a complete another mess right now. Oh my god. I am trying to grow them out from the overplucking plague that was in the early 2000s. I have never let them grow in properly, but here we are. So they're fuzzy and they're caterpillars, and I haven't been taking a lot of time to fill them properly because they are disastrous. So don't judge me too hard on those. Alright, moving forward. So, for the actual eye look on this one, going to start out with the primer, MAC Painterly Paint Pot, which I discovered is, oh my god, so good. Opposed to using a brush, I just literally put this on my finger and pat it on. I have been using this for a while, honestly. I know it's kind of expensive. Well, average. It's average price for almost any kind of, cosmetic from MAC or Sephora. I do find it actually makes colors brighter, makes them stay. I've found a few that fade regardless and just there's no help for them. But for the most part, even shades I've had issues with, this has saved it. So this has basically been my go-to palette for, well, ever. Since Christmas, since I got it, really. It's the James Charles Morphe palette. So, if you haven't used this palette, you know all the shade names are on this like piece of plastic that's meant to protect the mirror. Shades I am going to use for this one. T, Spooky, Social Blade, Daddy, and Guac, likely. If I dip into anything else, I will let you know. Probably the shade Ring Light because I use that perpetually. So, gonna dip into this. Alright, gonna ship. Can't say it. Alright, going to dip into Social Blade. There's the lime green. I got there in the end. Don't judge me. Going to put that basically into the crease, and I'm going to blend that up with back and forth and circular motions. I'm really struggling to talk right now. Going to take more of like a precision brush basically and dip into, what did I say the shade was called? Daddy? The like evergreen tone. And I'm going to actually put that one right into the crease. Now, personal preference, I normally bring my colors more towards the inner corner, so I almost always like bring it right up into here, and that is just personal preference because I like going pretty dramatic with my looks. And I'm going to go back to my other brush and dip back into, I cannot remember the name of that shade. Social Blade, got it. All right, back into Social Blade. And I'm just going to blend those colors together. And before I go too much farther, oh look, there's the light that hides behind me because I misplaced it. Now, clean brush that's really super soft, and I'm going to hit this top edge. And all I'm going to do is like little circular motions back and forth, and I'm really just going to blend out that edge. Basically like shears out the color, you can kind of see there, but it makes it a really soft transition. So grabbing another brush, I'm going to dip into the shade T, and I'm going to pack that right onto the lid. Not worrying about really blending it because, like I said, I'm going to dip into Spooky, and I'm actually going to use that black to darken the outer corner, and I'm also going to drag that through the crease. Just basically doing a minor blend with the edge of the brush, just not so there's no like hard edge. Which brings me to grabbing a nice angular brush. I'm going to dip just the tip of that brush into Spooky. I'm going to put that right into the outer corner. I'm going to do a lot of circular motions with that, and I'm going to drag it back and forth through the crease. Now you can kind of see I'm bringing it further onto this because I really want to smoke this out. I'm going to use that brown under my eye as well, so it'll still be there. It's just less on the lid. that right back into the tip there. I'm going to bring it into the outer edge, but under my eye. Very, very light. Now I do realize at this stage, things kind of look a little ridiculous. We're gonna smooth everything out, I promise. Grab that lime green and basically put that right back onto your crease. Really soft brush. And just brighten up all that green and blend all that out. Put a little bit more tea right towards the inner corner, but not right there. Just to make sure the brown stays right there. Right there, right there. That's what I keep saying, right there. And I'm gonna grab that clean brush using before. I always just like give it a quick wipe like on the edge of my hand. I'm gonna go underneath. Basically just using the edge and going back and forth really quickly and very softly, and it blends kind of all of this stuff out. I personally prefer really having soft edges. I'm gonna grab tea again. I'm gonna bring that underneath my eye. I'm gonna go right over top of the black that's there. Clean brush and just go right over top of that and just soften the whole thing. Alright, and grab a little angular brush and I'm going to hit ring light. I'm going to pop that right into that inner corner. Personal preference for the next portion here. I always use black liner for the waterline, but honestly, if you want to make your eyes look a little bit bigger with it, a white liner would actually look really nice with this. Brown as well would work well, although it would just kind of blend into everything that we've done. Whereas I really like to darken up my eyeliner. So, final steps, big fluffy brush. I'm going to brush away all of that excess powder from earlier. I'm just going to pop off camera and add some mascara, some lashes, do some quick contour. This video is starting to get long because I'm a failure. But I'm just going to do a quick finish up afterwards and I'll pop back and go over what I did. Alright guys, so finished look. Ta-da! Finished up with Jeffree Star and Morphe's collaboration for the liquid lip in the shade Leo. Not that you can read that, but it's there. It's this one. It's part of that little collection that they had released at Sephora. And lastly, just put on some bronzer, forehead, cheeks, basically add to the contour, some Too Faced highlighter. Obviously, cheeks are now blinding. And finally, the Sephora Lash Stories collection in Sahara for the lashes. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Maybe leave some comments down below if you have some looks that you'd like to see me do in the future. I definitely have some interesting ones that I'm trying to put some thought into. But keep an eye out on my Instagram, which is also linked in the description. I really want to try to get videos up, ideally every Saturday. There should be a video coming. I'm trying. I need to try harder. I'm sorry. Alright guys, that's it for this one. Alright guys, that's it for this one. Hopefully I will catch you on the next one. Have a lovely day. Bye. Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Hi. Say hi. Look at the camera.